Hi, good morning. In this session, we are going to create an Android application to store the internal storage and display the stored data as list view. In this concept, we need to learn file storage also. For this purpose, we are using Java classes file output stream. It is used to write your information into a file. File input stream is another one. It is used to read the data from the file. And buffer reader we are using. Actually, the data is stored in the bytes format, not in the string format. So buffer reader we will use to read line by line from the stored file. And ArrayAdapter is used to already previous experiment we already used the ArrayAdapter to give our data to the list view. We require the ArrayAdapter. It will give support to the list view content. So list view is nothing but list of content, means like MCA, BCA. We previously last experiment we already created a string of BCA, MCA programs list. So the programs we shown in the screen. Similar way, the list view, what the content we written in the file, it is line by line, it read and create list item 1, list item 2, list item 3 like this. For this purpose we are using list view. These are the classes we are going to use in to fulfill this program. Okay, first of all we need to create two buttons. One is used to save the data. So save the data, I am creating button save. So it will use it to save our content to file first of all. Second, button load. It is used to read the content from the file and connect to list view. These are the two tasks we are going in this scenario. That's why we required one button for save the data, another button for load the data. List view is used to read file content show in the list format purpose. We are using the list view. Okay, so for this purpose I am taking Android Studio. I am creating a new project, selected empty view activity, and next so I can create store read the file name. You can keep it as store data to internal storage. The same store read internal. So this is the file project name I am giving, store read file data internal storage, and I am using list view. So you can give your own name. I given like this, and I selected language as Java, and API you must use 25 minimum, and I click on finish. So my project is going to be create. So we are already aware about this. To build the Gradle, it took some time. Based on your internet and system capacity, it will take 1 or 2 minutes time to build your Gradle project. Once Gradle project build, this project will open Android app. Yes. So app is already open, means your project is built. Now I am selecting the project. From the project I need to select in resource layout, I need to select in Java, I need to select main activity. So first of all, in activity main XML I need to create our components, two buttons and one list view we need to create. So this is the code format. I don't require the text view, that's why I am deleting this. I want two buttons. So I can use width I can match the parent. So height I can use wrap the content. I am using height. Wrap the content means based on the content height we can use it this. And Android, so I need to give text. What text I need to show on the button? So I am giving save data to file. This is my, and I need to give some ID. This is must. Android column ID. So I am using button save, btn save. So this is the minimum requirement for a button. So I am creating another button. It is used for load data. So width can be matched to the parent, height can be wrap content. Remember these two things. Android text, I am using load data and map to list. So I am closing this and I am giving ID Android colon ID. So I am selecting the ID button load. This is the name. So button save is one button, button load is another button. I am taking the two buttons. And the third one I required list. So list view, we can use width can be used to the match parent, height can be also used to the match parent. So content height we cannot take. Here we can use it for the align as per our Android app environment. So I can give some name for this. Android colon ID I am using list view. So I can make it a constraints also. So I can give a constraint of match so I need to give the constraint weights. For this purpose I am shifted to design view. First of all I have 2-3 buttons are there. So first I have selected one button. So I am assigned the constraint weights. It is more important to proper the arrangement of the components on the screen. Okay. So I need to select this one. So now the button is here. I need to get down it. So I need to give it 64 something. No, it is not taken like that. Okay, I given 100. So it is back to the list. That's why I need to reduce it. 70. Save data to file. I need to add constraint to this also. So actually the list is occupying more space actually here. First of all, I need to control the so I given more get down. Next I need to give for space data 0. Okay, next I need to give, so it is sufficient, 2 buttons are visible and content also visible here. So very carefully we need to give constraint weights for 3 components. So 3 components are visible on the screen right now, so I am making as it is. So now these are the constraints added. Remember these constraints. Okay. So now front end design is completed. Form is designed perfectly. So one button name is button save, another button name is button load. So list name is list view. Remember these 3 names. Now I am going to the main activity. So in the main activity, what are the unnecessary code I am removing? Actually this view compact is not required for me. That's why I am removing this. Next, edge to enable code is also not required. So I am reviewing these 2 lines. Other than this, I am not changing anything, including imports. So in the main activity, below the public class main activity, I need to create local variables for our buttons and list view. So that's why I selected button. So 2 buttons I have. What is button save, another one is button load. So I created 2 buttons. I simply control S. So automatically it will import. Okay. Otherwise control shift I, it will show. Otherwise you click on button and press control. One minute. So it will show and click on button or mouse over, it will show import class. So you can click on this only. You cannot type the things. Backend it took some additional things. That's why don't type anything. So try to give automatic imports purpose. You need to click on this import only. Next I am selecting list view. So but my name is list list small view. This is another variable. So 3 components, one is button save, another one is button load, and third one is list view. Actually it is automatically imported. So can you open this? It is automatically imported. Okay. If not imported, on mouse over it will show the import link. Click on that. Don't type manually. Okay. Now my first concept is button save. Button save means what the content I given, it need to save in local file storage in the Android app. So that's why I am taking the file name. So file name I am storing in a variable of file name. So I am giving some name to file, data.txt text file. So I will use this file whenever I require to save the content in a file. So we already discussed about file output stream, write data into a file input stream, read data from a file. Remember this, and buffer reader, these 2 will be used for reading purpose, this will use it to write purpose. So whenever I clicked on button save, I need to work with this text file. For this purpose, first of all I need to map these buttons save with the activity button save and map button load with the button load in activity file and map list view with the list view in activity main file. For this purpose I am using button save is the local variable I already created above. It is already highlighted. Find view by id. So r dot id dot, this is the activity main file button save. The next one is button load. Find view by id r dot id dot button load. The next one, list view, is equal to find view by id r dot id dot list view. Now I connected our Java program button save, button load, list view with activity.main XML front end components. I connected. So now I want to write code. Whenever I click on button save, I need to write something to the backend file. The file name is data.txt. For this purpose, button save dot, I need to use set on click. Previously we used it several times. Set on click listener new and view on click listener off. This code will be automatically come. Okay. So now in on click, two things I need to do. I need to create a file data.txt and I need to write our content to the file. But here we need to use try catch block. In Java, the try catch block is used to try the code. If it is not successfully done, it will return an error. File writing is depends on your storage. That's why we must write this code in try catch block only. So try, begin, end. I need to write catch. If any error expected, then it will give. Here I need to write e dot print stack trace off. So if any error occurred, it will display or print on the screen. So our code we are writing in this block. This block is known as try catch block. Means the meaning is it will try our code. If it successfully executed, it will execute, it will not give any errors. Otherwise, it will print the exception or error on the screen and gently terminate from our code. Without improper termination, this try catch block will help us. So here I am trying to open a file by using the file output stream, not input stream. I am writing to the file output stream FOS. It is used to create a file and write content on the file. So FOS is equal to open file output. So I need to pass the file name. I already stored the file name in file name variable. So that's why I am giving file name here, comma, mode. So mode is nothing but private mode. So it is an Android environment. I am using mode underscore private for local storing purpose only. Externally this file cannot be accessible. Okay, my file is created. So I need to create some data to store in a file. So I am creating a string. So BCA/n is nothing but new line, and next line I am writing MCA. So two courses I am writing. If required, if you want to write more /n, you can write btech also like this. Okay, now my data is ready. FOS dot write. So the write asking the byte data, not direct string data. For this purpose, I need to convert my string data to bytes. Bytes is nothing but ones and zeros. So we have ready-made function is available, data dot get bytes, which is available in string class. So automatically our string is converted into bytes. So FOS is nothing but the file output stream has the function available write function. By using this write function, you can write our content to file. What is our content? The content is data. The data contains some string data. It is converted into bytes. These bytes are stored in specified file name. The file name is data.txt. Means our string data we are converted into bytes and written by using FOS. FOS nothing but file output string object. So what is FOS? The FOS is a file pointer. It nothing but it open, it points our file. So which is already opened by using the open file output. So I am writing directly to this. Once my writing is completed, I need to close it. For this purpose, I am using close off. So whenever I click on button save, I am opening a private mode file. I am creating a data and I am converting into bytes and writing into file, and I am closing the file output stream. So whenever you click on button save, these things are happen. Now I need to create button load. Whenever I click on button load, so again I am using set on click listener and new view on click listener off. So here also I am working with the files, that's why the try catch block is compulsory. Whatever code you want to write, you write inside the try catch only, because otherwise it will show red underline, it will not compile. So if you don't want to write in try catch block, the Java not allows for the compilation. So this is mandatorily whenever you are working with the files or networking, or you want to write something in the database, on that times you must use the try catch block. So without try catch block, Java will not allow. It will throws an error in the compile time itself. So here I need to open the file. Already here I written the file. The same file I need to open here and read the data, and read completed that data I need to connect with the list view. So for this purpose I required array list. So I am creating an array list of string type. Array list of string type, because our data is string, BCA string, MCA string, btech is a string. So array list is equal to new array list of, that's all. So I created a list. I will add line by line, I read and add it to array list. This is my goal. First of all, I need to open the same file. For this reading purpose, I need to use file input stream. Previous button save I used file output stream. So now I used file input stream. FIS is equal to open file input, not output purpose, and I just need to pass file name. So file name I already saved in the variable file name here. That's why instead of data.txt I am always giving file name. So now file is opened. I need to read. Directly I cannot read because in the previous button save data is converted and written in the bytes format. Means I saved the content in binary bytes format, ones and zeros format. Now I require data in the format of string format. For this purpose I can use buffered reader. This will read the data from the bytes and convert and return in the string format, in the line by line format. So that's why buffer reader I am using. I am using buffer reader BR. It will take our FIS, new buffer reader. So I am giving input as FIS. So now it will act like I need to convert it to input stream reader. So bytes I need to convert into string format. That's why I need to use new input stream reader. Input stream reader, I am giving input as FIS. It is correct. So it is showing error. Oh, sorry, it is deleted. 1 minute. New buffer reader. Here I need to pass it the input stream reader. Okay, input stream reader. So now I need to pass FIS. Okay, now it is okay. Very good. I am created a buffer reader. New buffer reader is a constructor and I passed the input stream reader object with our file input stream. Now this data reads in the format of bytes and convert and give it to the buffer reader. Buffer reader has the function read line. By using the read line option I can read line by line in the string format. So to store the line by line I am creating a string named it as a line. So first line contains BCA, second line contains MCA, third line contains BTech, like this, because of I created environment like this. What happened I am going to explain here clearly. So in whenever you click on button on save, now you need to understand whenever you click on button save. So what we are doing, first in the line number 1 in the memory we are creating the file. The file name is data.txt and we created a string variable in the memory. The memory string data contained BCA, okay, next line MCA and third line BTech. Like this our string contains, because of BCA new line, MCA new line, BTech, like this we are storing the data. Now we are converting this string to bytes format, bytes is nothing but we are converting into ones and zeros. Like example, this data we are writing to FOS. FOS is nothing but our file. So I am writing these binary data. So I closed the file output stream. This is happen whenever you click on button save. Okay. So now again in button load, I am opening the same file. Data.txt. It contains like 101010 something binary data it contains. For example, assume some not human readable format binary data. This binary data, first this line will open the file. This line will open the file, but the data is not in the string format. That's why this data I am giving to the input stream. This input stream give it to the buffer reader. So buffer reader has the function of read line. That read line function, read line by line, means this binary data already converted by the buffer reader using like again same BCA, MCA, like BTEC like converts. By using read line, I can read first line, second line, third line. If lines are completed, end of line, end of file, then automatically whenever read line returns nothing. So I try to fourth time try to read the line, but there is no fourth line. Then it will give null. Null is nothing but no lines are available. Then I need to stop reading the file. So this I am doing whenever I clicked on the button load. So I am closing my writing tool. So for this purpose, first I need to read line by line from the file. I am using while. So up to not equal to null. I need to read up to not equal to null. Whenever file reaches to the null, I need to stop the while condition. So up to not equal to null, line need to store with BR buffer reader dot read line off, means whenever the file reaches to the null it will stop reading. The meaning of this line is this. So the line contains the line variable contains the first line like BCA, second time while loop contains MCA, third time while loop it contains BTEC, fourth time it contains null. Whenever it reaches to the null, the while loop exits. So up to that I am adding the list. List is nothing but I created array list. The list contains, add first line by line. So each line means list contains BCA, MCA, BTEC like this. So whenever I click on button load, first I am opening the file, reading the content from binary stream format to text format, and then I am reading line by line. I am storing to the array list. Because why I am using array list? My list view required array list type I required. That's why it's connected to the list. Now once I completed, now I need to connect this list to ArrayAdapter, because ArrayAdapter is a class available in Android to show the list data. For this purpose I am using ArrayAdapter of string type. Previous experiments also we used this. Adapter is equal to new ArrayAdapter of, it contains 3 arguments, where is the adapter need to connect. So main activity. So main activity dot this, connect this adapter to main activity, point number 1. So data need to, what type of data I need to use? Android dot r dot layout dot simple list item. The third one, what is the list item? So list item name is list. So like this 3 arguments it will take. So indirectly list item will connect it to this on main activity. Now this adapter I need to connect to our list view. List view is a component dot set adapter dot set adapter of sorry, I need to write these 2 lines to after catch. Yes. So now my code is completed. Now I connected everything. So I am trying to compile and build. So it is Gradle build is running. It took some time. So my app is open. So now save data, executed, load data. It's a list, it is showing 3 items. So this is a sample program. So it is this.